disengaged. The CM is ultra weird, but these two, the Juggernaut and the Crystal Maiden played in lane together is like a tale as old as time. Yep.
There's actually a whole like debate between which couple is better, the Sven and Crystal Maiden or the Juggernaut and Crystal Maiden. There's actually a whole debate about that. If you go
as far as shipping
dive.
and what?
Yeah, if you go for a deep dive into shipping and lore and whatnot and fan
don't
art,
bring attention to them. Don't bring attention to them. As long as you don't acknowledge them, they don't exist.
You brought it up.
I brought it up as a hero playing competitive games. Miss me with that Dota fan fiction. Thank you very much. Let's talk about Team Brazil's next pick here.
I still think that a Terrorblade wouldn't be the worst idea, just because with tag team metamorphosis in lane and maybe, +1, definitely get the first blood. Oh, they go for the control. That is something that Constabile likes, but I know you're not a huge fan of it. They don't have any good ways of really kind of holding him from being able to get these ultimates off, though, right? You're able to maybe, get the Rubik lift if you're lucky. Maybe you get a frostbite, but for the most part, it's not like they have, great disarms or anything to deal with him currently.
Yep. And they get rid of the Void Spirit. I guess they're just worried about him popping off on that one. Pugna banned out. Pugna, it makes sense that they get rid of that one. It is so good against your very heavy physical damage lineup. The Troll Warlord, people tend to go all in on him. And who was it that was playing the other day? The Pugna just completely popped off. I forgot because I was so tired that day. It was yesterday, wasn't it?
It was yesterday. Was it? It was Zoomers, right? Gunner played it?
That was Zoomers. Gunner on
Gunner was
Pugna.
godlike.
He did so much work that game. Oh my god. Apologies, everybody. How could I forget that game? They're running on very low on their reserve time. They get rid of the Storm Spirit. I guess they're worried about Snapfire getting gone on in the back line, or it could mean they plan on picking up something like, say, I would say Lina, but Lina plays very well against Storm during the laning phase. You could even play the Snapfire mid right now on Team Brazil, but I feel as if you need something else that can do...
That's not a 4DR mid hero.
Yeah.
That's not. That's definitely going to be a King RD. King RD playing the Snapfire, most likely, because Flea's going to be on the Tusk. Nature's Prophet, most likely going to be 5, and then Constabile on the Troll Warlord, so... Let's see, what do we still have some spirits available. There's still an Ember Spirit that could get picked up for either one of these teams. The Lena's still available too if they want something that can kind of sit back. Could use some more ranged on some of these guys.
I'm not sure how you round out your draft right now for Team Brazil. Right now, you're very heavily reliant on both, the Snapfire damage and the Troll Warlord. And Troll Warlord, neither of us really like this guy. It's so easy to just disarm him, and then he's useless in these fights. You might grab a Kunkka here for fun. What do you think of Kunkka? He's banned out a lot of the time in the later phases, but he did make it through here. He is a natural carrier of that Heaven's Halberd, and I feel as if it's pretty good against the Invoker as well.
No, they go for the Bat Rider, so doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Now, is the Magnus going mid or is the Bat Rider going mid? I guess is the bigger question for me. Okay, Ryoya's going to be taking the Magnus. Brax will be on the Bat Rider. All right.
Brax is, I feel this Bat Rider is more of him. There's a lot of room for him to outplay the enemies. Roya, he's just going to have a solid time in the mid lane. If you can out-damage the Invoker, especially at these early levels, you can deny him a lot of CS the first couple of waves as well. Bat Rider's base damage is very low at the start. Magnus base damage is high at the start. It makes sense.
It just makes sense. Although, I will admit that I did make one error in the draft. It's going to be KJ playing the Snapfire and King RD playing the Nature's Prophet.
So even Moxxi makes mistakes, it seems.
Even I bleed.
Yeah. But I agree with putting Roya there in the mid. Again, it's a little bit harder to run down the Invoker and have that kill potential that you would against a lot of other heroes with Brax on this Bat Rider here.
Although haven't we seen at one point they did send Brax mid anyways? Maybe not necessarily on the Bat Rider, but it was something else, right?
Which game was that?
I don't remember. We've watched so much NASA Dota at this point, but I remember it happening for sure. And it did not work out super great, unfortunately, for them, if I recall.
He falls already. Let's see how much he falls during the game, though. King RD
Wow,
God.
that's a little harsh there, Neff.
I said, see how much. I don't think he's gonna fall very much during the
Oh,
game.
okay. All right. I thought
Yeah.
that was a let's see, how many times it goes down because, I don't know. I thought you were getting a little sassy on me.
I see.
You
Yeah,
are
it's gonna be too easy for fun. The Brack
too
Street Boys are
easy.
back.
Backstreet's back. All right. God, I love that name. So do have a little bit of a disconnect right at the start here. I'm not sure. All right, so what do we want to see King RD picking up for items, right? Because we've seen him play the Nature's Prophet before, and he started off where he had a really good game a couple times, but he went more towards like very aggressive fighting items versus, more utility. Do we still want to see him going utility here, or do you think that, KJ is going to be able to go and pick up something like Greaves?
I imagine that you're going to go utility on King ID this game. You have like a lot of damage on Costa Bile. He's going to be able to just completely blow heroes up. I think Invoker will eventually scale into the same purpose. Orchid is not super huge this game, and you do have to worry about getting run down by Bat Rider and whatnot. So
Right.
I think Guardian Greaves at the start of Nature's Prophet might be the move here. But he did start with a Blightstone. It is a component for like the Deso. Some Nature's Prophets go, but they tend to go Orchid before anything like that. But definitely, I'm thinking Guardian Greaves on him this game. He needs to be a little bit more tanky to be able to survive like getting gone on by like a Swift Slash and an Omni Slash by Juggernaut. Get taken out at the start of these team fights.
All right, fair enough. That seems like it makes sense considering that they're really, you've got a couple of these tanky boys, right? You've got the fact that you've got Flea on the Tusk, but definitely we'll need to make sure that King RD can survive and be able to jump on it. Oh, it looks like
Very cool of you.
Flea accidentally starting off the lobby before people are ready here.
Apologize. This is immediately afterwards. What happened? Does one do what your name says? I am curious. I feel as if this is where I should. All right, that's where I stop
Yep.
reading chat.
Yep. Good old King RD.
Classic NA
Class.
Dota.
That's not NA Dota, baby. That's Brazilian
Classic-
Dota.
Classic
Brazilian Dota
BR
right there.
Dota.
Sir, please. All right, and we have another pause. Come on, guys. Let's go. I want this game started. I want to see a bloodbath. Y'all can go talk about this after in the post-game lobby.
This is a locker room chat. We got no room for things like that. Show some love for the game, you guys. Come on.
It's
This is
such
the
a
attitude
big
that's killing
difference
NAS
between
Dota.
watching, 4 Zoomers versus, I love Brax. Big Brax fan here. Oh, you're so wholesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, was
of
4
you.
Zoomers versus what team? And they were like saying all these lovely things to one another.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Meanwhile,
I
on
enjoyed
Team Brazil,
it.
they just say
Meanwhile,
death to
Team
imperialism.
Brazil.
Okay. Can I just be like an analyst and really dive deep into the psychological problems that Team Brazil has to say this kind of slander in all chat?
I don't want to take a peek into any one of these guys' minds, honestly speaking.
Listen, I took one psychology class in university. I'm sure that makes me an expert and capable to diagnose people with illnesses.
Yeah, you can definitely go on Reddit and give your opinion there for sure. Got the Moo Crystal Maiden. He's having a good time spamming that taunt. Sure, he's gonna be spamming it to try to tilt everybody in the lane. That is the way.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with that little flute noise that comes out from him while he does it.
I hate that thing.
Now we know how to tilt Neph if you encounter him in any of your pubs. to spam that.
I haven't played a Dota game, a pub, in 10 days. I've just been working every day. It feels
and casting.
awful. I'm getting, I'm like scratching at my arms and stuff. I got the itch. I know I shouldn't go back into the pubs, but I kind of want to at the end of the day. There's only 3 series today, so I might just do it.
Yeah, maybe we'll play a pub later, Neph.
Yeah, I miss Dota. I say that casting every single day for like 8 to 10 hours, but I miss playing Dota.
That's why we do what we do, honestly speaking. You have to love this game because it definitely fights back sometimes at you.
You know, the other day, it's I started with 7 losses in a row for my ranked games, and I just kept going. You know, sometimes you just got to tough it out. I managed to get myself 4 wins afterwards.
My
I
favorite is
don't
when
recommend this to anyone with a weak mental state, by the way. If you lose that many times in a row, it's time to go to bed. No, I'm just in the upper echelon of being able to take punishment.
Dude, my favorite is definitely when I wake up in the morning, you've been queuing all night, I turn on your stream and you look like a man defeated, and I'm just like, oh no, no. You look so defeated, and I'm just like, I think he's been losing. Uh-oh, guys. But that's the dedication. He still keeps going. The mad lad won't give up.
Oh.
One of these days, I'm gonna send you a screenshot of what you look like.
Please don't. I don't need to see myself like that.
Just a bit of the harass down here in the bottom lane. We were trying to take down these treants the best that he can. Of course, Crystal Maiden, not the hardest hitter early on, but does have that point in the Crystal Nova.
He
so
missed.
He'll be doing his best. Yeah, you know.
That actually feels pretty bad. It's 130 mana cost. It is one of the best level 1 nukes in the game. Just the fact it's AoE, it slows them as well. But he hit no targets there. That's like gonna cause you a mango later on, and you're doing no damage with it. It feels pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Crystal Maiden's gotten so many nerfs over the years.
Yeah, she recently got a buff though. She got -2 damage but +2 int in the most recent patch, so now she can cast 2 spells at the start of the game. It feels pretty good.
Yeah, but the mighty has fallen so far here now. There was a time, back in my day, a Crystal Maiden could get off 2 spells easily, was not as slow as she was. They really just, like, broke her kneecaps at one point. It was like, sit down. Everyone's playing you. We've had enough. But, you know.
It's definitely one of the classics. Flea doing a pretty good job of zoning him here, but, you know, I think you were holding on Moo, like holding on that Crystal Nova to be able to hit the Tusk and finish off the creep at the same. There you go. Beautiful. This is what 10k MMR looks like, everybody.
Ooh, even manages to get the last hit from Flea here. Flea getting out CS by a Crystal Maiden. But we haven't been paying attention to any of these other lanes. Let's take a look top. We've got going on here. Brax just doing Batrider things. It's really annoying to play against this hero just because of all that sticky napalm, the fact it really slows down your turn rate. Stabli's kind of zoned out a little bit because the Snapfire was trying to go for a pull. But pretty quiet otherwise.
It doesn't look mid at all, but it's going about how you would expect, right? Of course, I was talking about during the drafting phase, Magnus with a hero with a very high base damage, and power helps him with that as well. Invoker, especially when he doesn't go Exhort, is going to have damage problems, so you're ahead on CS right now in Roya, but you know, he did a pretty good job of harassing him. You know, you're forced to get back until you get yourself the bottle. Now he's going to move back to the lane. So not a lot of action comes out in lanes with a Quasquex Invoker unless heroes are rotating.
Uh-oh, Flea. Oh, there it is. There's the Frostbite, and there's our first blood. Envy, though, looks like he's going to get taken down by King. No, he has the Fairy Fire. He's actually just fine here. Moo wanting to put a little bit more damage. Can he get there fast enough, though? King RD, he's very, very fast. Moo's not going to be able to go and throw out the Frostbite. Otherwise, I think he was dead there.
Yeah, but he picked up those very quick boots of speed. You know, he was worried about the rundown potential of the Crystal Man with the Juggernaut. And again, it's like a tale as old as time to be able to throw out that Blade Fury, sit underneath a Frostbite and the Crystal Nova. There's just no getting away a lot of time if you're not ready for it.
4DR with the Haste Rune chasing after Brax. Here opens up with the Cold Snap. Does have the Tornado as well. It's not even needed. Stabile will be able to pick up the kill, and 5-minute runes are coming up very, very soon, so looks like they just wanted to check, see if the bounty runes were still left over. They're not already picked up, so he's just going to go right back to lane.
Yep. But the bounty runes are going to respawn in another 30 seconds here. You know, a lot of the time, let's just talking about in the post-game interview, Quincy Crew likes doing that in the 5 minutes. They rotate for the bounty runes, and they go for catapult lane pushes after that.
Moo, shards connect. This is not looking like a Crystal Maiden who's going to survive. Does manage to get off a couple of the spells though before she gets taken down, so trying to get as much value as she can before she goes down.
And there we are, 5 minutes into the game, and here we
Look who's
go.
back top. Adriano wants to get this kill over on Brax, but he's not going to be able to quite reach it, so we'll waste a little bit of the Invoker's time. They have their eyes over here on Cage. 7 stacks of Sticky, but with the Invoker here, I don't think they're going to go and commit on this. In fact, they'll turn right back around and try to get the kill on Snake King. There's not much that they can do. The Scatter Blast comes out and collects the kill.
Snake King doing everything he could to limit the damage of Invoker. Of course, the EMP only does as much damage as it can from mana drain, so he throws out the Fade Bolt right away. It reduces base damage on the Invoker, and of course stops the burn from doing as much damage to him, but he still went down regardless. He is just in the bottom. He's using his spin to like farm up the enemy treants. You'll love to see it.
I mean, he doesn't have to really worry about any sort of magical damage that he has to dodge for the most part when it's only King RD, right? So he's able to do that. He doesn't have to hold on to it too tightly. Looks like Invoker coming around here, Flea with the Invis. They'll turn their attention over here to Snake King. That Wrath of Nature coming out hot, and down goes Snake. So a good rotation coming out from Flea, and it looks like they're trying to get the jump over onto Brax too, but he is not willing to fall into their plans here.
Just fireflies the creep wave. Doesn't throw any more sticky napalm onto it. It looks like he just wants to. He wants a little bit more mana right now. You know, have that kill potential once he hits level 6. Interesting for him to mango up right away. I think he's just like using up the free slot so he can move the salve into his backpack and sit higher up, so he does have the rundown. When you have both the Flame Break and the Firefly, you want to be sitting on a little bit higher mana.
And the no mana left does have a couple stick charges, but he doesn't bother to pop them because he knows he's dead here.
Or was just not enough to be able to get that Blade Fairy off, so he was just dead there. And King R&D will give him a chance to get some damage into his tower.
Ooh, good rotation here coming out from Moo. They're going to try to chip down over here on KJ. They toss him back. Cookie Hop comes out, plus the Tornado. Brack's going to move back. There's no mana left over on any of these heroes. Snake King, the only one who's just got the just has the Fade Bolt. Bounce back over here on the Invoker. But with the Tusk rotating up, I think you just want to get back right now, Fun.
Yeah. I really liked how NV dealt with the push. You know, immediately after TPing down, there's like 2 spawns of Nature's Call on his tower, just hitting it. It spins on top of it, tried to clear him out as quickly as possible, wasting no time. So even though he was gone for so long, they did such limited damage to that tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. Nice job keeping map control there by Eternal Envy.
They kind of just left him all alone for the most part. Just him and King RD facing off while Moo has rotated up here. He's going to try to make some moves happen with Brax and Snake King. That's a pretty scary squad.
Brax Street Boys, the gang is all here, the band.
But which one is who is the question.
I
don't remember
not
who
old
the
enough
actual...
to be.
I don't remember who the actual people were on the Backstreet Boys, unfortunately. Actually, I wasn't really into the boy band phase.
Thankfully, I don't know any of their songs, so I'm un-DMCA-able.
Neph is too powerful. Can't get DMCA'd if you don't know the songs.
My ignorance makes me strong.
And look at him go. So powerful. Bottom lane, Envy. Just gonna TP out. He doesn't want to have to deal with this. So he'll go back to Fountain. And Fresh is on not much that they can really do. Ryoya is here, but he's here all alone. Ooh, good skewer forward, but the snowball does connect. They still... Oh, they don't have the shards for another couple seconds, so Ryoya's just gonna be able to walk away. Tower will go down, but they haven't lost any lives here for it.
Yep. And now Envy, you see, instead of farming the creep camp, right away he walks into Roy and says, "Hey, you know what I want? Give me that good stuff." He's got the bubble hands now. He's gonna go farm out and push up bottom lane. Yep. And this wave is about to connect with the 2, and he gets one of the treants, another 8 gold in Envy's pocket. You gotta be careful. This guy's pretty powerful on Juggernaut. It is one of the most anime heroes.
That's the way I saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Envy on the anime, wasn't that you said?
So, I saw the Jug got picked up and I was like, oh yeah, Eternal Envy. And I was like, oh yeah, Juggernaut. I saw Juggernaut, I think anime, I think Eternal Envy. You were picking up what I was putting down though.
Yeah, it's like the test where they hold up a picture, they say a word, and the first thing you think of.
Yep.
Fair enough. I would love to get Eternal Envy for a post-game interview, if possible, if they win Game 2. No. All of these players, they're just coming in of their own free will. I've hijacked the Summit stream. Nobody knows what I'm doing. Nobody said anything. I think they're just nervous of my power.
Neph just taking them hostage.
Mhm.
These players aren't coming in of their own volition either. He's just threatening their families and their kneecaps.
When actually it's like...
True NA street style here. No, these guys have been awesome. It's been really a treat to be able to get these conversations with them, especially because it's just group stages, right? I mean, we get spoiled with the Summit generally during playoffs, but Smoke play over here in the top lane. They've got their eyes onto Brax, Cookie Hop, the teleport coming up from Purity. He's not even needed, but you know what? This is looking like a good time to try to push this tower since they've already taken the bottom one.
Yep. The catapult is going to slow them down a little bit. They have to work their way through this one, so the creep wave is actually... Yeah, it slows them down, so they're not going to be able to push it. I think people are going to be up here in time. You know, Rubik already making his way. He's pretty good at spamming out the creep wave with his Fade Bolt. Of course, it reduces the percentage damage now.
They have a Blink Dagger on Ryoya now. This is a big reveal. He jumps forward. The Snowball, though, buys a little bit more time. Still able to take down the Rubik. They'll get the RP, the Skewer forward over on the two of them. Cookie Hop going forward. And Brax, he's trying to get in there. He's just taking too much damage with the bounce back. Goes, drags back King RD. And just get the Scatter Blast off. Stolen over here by the Rubik. So they'll find themselves a kill. Snapfire going to be able to teleport out, though. So reveal of the Blink Dagger and our first RP of the game yields only a kill on King RD.
Yeah, I thought the fight would be way bigger than that one. And of course, you end up expending that buyback on Rubik, like you said. You almost got 3 heroes into that RP. Unfortunately, he was slightly off the mark there, and he didn't have mana to skewer them back right away. So I think he wasn't able to pull them into tower because of that one. Popped his magic wand before he got that. But, you know, that's just the price you pay for RPing into a EMP.
Uh-oh, Snake King, those cookie kisses coming in hot. Moo on the back line manages to go and hopefully underneath the tower, but the Mortimer Kisses will be able to clean up Snake King. Moo will fall. And this tower now belongs to Team Brazil.
Doing a pretty good job of getting them off this. Roya, actually. And they're the fortified because they'd just taken that one at bottom. But they're not giving up yet. You know, they're sitting KJ and Flea here. Nature's Prophet is still playing pretty close to tower, and he's got an Orchid. You know, they'd be happy to take a fight right now while they know RPs is on cooldown.
Top lane, looks like Eternal Envy's getting jumped on. They've got that silence. He's gonna have to spin to get away, but he doesn't have the TP. He doesn't have enough mana. This is gonna be a dead Envy. Down he goes.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's just no way to get out of that. He needed to use the last of the mana he had to spin, and of course that means he had no mana for the Town Portal Scroll. He really needs his Manta Style to deal with King RD's Orchid. I mean, that's why this item is so strong in this patch. They reduced the cost of it by so much that it allows you to pick it up a lot of time before any of the enemies can get items to counter. That's why I think it brought, you know, Nature's Prophet from being very popular in the last patch for how tanky he was as a split pusher to being very popular again in this patch to such a natural carrier of so many different items, especially being able to globally teleport and silence people with so little money.
He just has a really great kit, and it's very versatile. Just matters, you know, what your build is, what you decide you want to do. And we said we kind of want to see the Guardian Greaves on him, but he's a threat with this Orchid. And that's something that they have to be very, very aware of on the side of For Fun.
King RD 1, Neph 0.
Look at this. They have the smoke over here, Ryoya and Snaking. They have the RP too, but there's the rest of the team as the smoke does break. And they'll be forced to run away. They didn't expect that many heroes to show up, I don't think.
Yeah, they were hoping they would
run right into the Invoker. Oh, they skewer him up, though, over here onto the high ground. Tornado comes out, though, buys him a little bit more time. Snowball connecting over onto Ryoya. Big ol' Walrus Punch coming through, plus the shards. This is not looking good. This is a dead Magnus. Rest of the team now running away. They use the Orchid on Envy. It looks like he's going to be able to run out, and they'll bounce back a little bit. They drop the ice while Snake King climbing away, but they're happy with this.
Nice move there by Team Brazil. And not only does he clear the stack that the Rubik made, but the Nature's Prophet was sitting on top of it at the 15-minute mark and blocked the camp from respawning as he went out. Oh, you rascal, King RD. Envy is not going to be happy about that one.
Definitely not.
They might even try to de-ward the camp. I don't know. That would be interesting to see.
I'd like to see them smoke up again on the side of for fun. They do have the Blink Dagger now on Brax. They've got the Lasso as well. Get like a pick off on King RD if he shows up trying to push out a lane.
I think they need to somehow grab this Invoker on the backline. It's difficult though. You just don't have the damage in them at this point. I think you want to be able to farm a little bit quicker on Envy, but the Magnus and the Juggernaut have been playing in such different areas of the map because of how they need to play that he hasn't had the opportunity of using Empower on him. So he's farming a lot slower than the Troll who has the Battle Fury.
Ooh, the double damage room snapped up by Ryoya. And there it is. There's the Lasso coming off the Power Riders. They managed to go and find the Invoker, but they need to put more damage out. They don't have enough. Flea on the back lines, taking a bath in this Firefly. He is going to get taken down. They need some sort of lift. They need a cancel on King RD, and they just don't have it in time. In fact, they ping out the Crystal Bay. They say, where was that Frostbite? They go and they use the RP. They have the detection. They've got the dust. They'll take down the Invoker, and they find KJ as well. So, for fun, pretty happy about that engagement. They did burn a lot of ultis for it, but this will open up the mid tower for them to take down.
But Envy wasting absolutely no time. As soon as he sees the enemies fortify the creep wave, he used that time to walk forward onto the tower and get as many hits in on it as possible. And of course, he decided the Magnus after that one. He's got the Empower on himself, so he's going to be able to farm a little bit better. Very close to his Manta style now, and at that point, he's going to be able to participate in these team fights and start doing a lot more. Just another couple hundred gold away from that one. We're pretty close here until for fun they can start taking back this game. But that was an excellent team fight for them, and getting that Invoker kill was very big. A lot of money going towards Aurora for that one.
I needed to take him down. He has been an absolute menace. 4-1-4, and this is it. This is why we... Oh, the Skewer forward, though? Still have that silence, and Ryoya, he's trying to just teleport out. They have so much damage, and they just almost manages to go, but he will eventually pop.
Yep. Finished off by that burn damage at the end by the Orchid, doing a 335 just because doing so much to him prior.
You can't be alone on this map. The second that you're alone, the second King RD +1 shows up. Oh, Moo. He's so far forward in a lot of these fights. I almost wondered if they were like baiting him earlier, but considering there was no one else really in position, I think he's just a little too bloodthirsty or a little too used to being tankier than how he is.
The Brackstreet Boys versus King RD +1.
The Skull Squad?
Yeah.
That's a
I like
inside Brazilian joke about King RD.
I don't know that one.
Finds Brax. Brax finds him, but the silence comes out too fast here. A lot of TPs coming out, though. They want to protect him. Brax, Firefly, does walk directly into 40R. The Ghost Walk reveals him. He'll turn around. He's got the lasso. He's going to try to teleport out. Can he do it in time? Is it going to be... No, he gets... No, the pocket net. No one expects the pocket net.
No. Nobody does. Brax, him dropping there is pretty unfortunate. His game is feeling a lot slower than it normally is. He's only sitting at 62 last hits right now on his bat rate. What is his net worth? I didn't have the chart open, fortunately. Yeah, 4.4k. That feels pretty bad. Normally, he has like his Boots of Travel and his Blink Dagger by now. Just he's been forced to take brunt of these team fights, farm the dangerous areas and play forward into the enemies. But they finally got revenge on this guy.
Finally took down King RD. Took a bit, but finally catch him.
Well,
I do like this though. Picked up on King RD. We saw that he was going for the Orchid, but he also picks up a Crimson Guard. I think that's really, really good against this Juggernaut, especially when he's going to have the Swift Slash.
Yeah. It blocks the damage that is cleaved now as well, right? So it's pretty huge for that one, and of course being jumping on from target to target. It also protects your tower, so if you need to stall for a little bit, suddenly Envy he goes from doing like 55 damage a hit on the tower to like 50. I think it's a 50 damage block.
Teleports are
16.
coming out though. Envy sticks around maybe just a little bit too long because Stabile trying to catch up with him. Rubik is here though. Snaking will get the lift off. Toss back with, oh, these long range Mortimer kisses. They have to be so careful. So Maiden, everybody just running away. This tornado sidestep coming out from Moo. Looks like Envy should be able to teleport out. Sunstrike doesn't connect over onto Moo, but they do manage to get the cold snap plus that Spirit Vessel. So this is going to be a dead Crystal Maiden. Everyone else though on the side of Team for Fun was able to escape.
Yeah. So the fact that you only lose Crystal Maiden isn't going to mean a whole lot. Juggernaut getting out is great, but you know, you have the Aegis now on Team Brazil. They're not planning on slowing down right now. They're probably going to be ready to push her high ground once the BKB is done on the Troll Warlord, and he's only 130 gold off of it right now. This last creep camp, never mind, creeps in jungle give you almost nothing anymore. I forgot about that one.
No. There was a time when, you know, there's plentiful gold on the map. This is not that time, though. D joining up in the bottom lane, has some Treants. You've got the rest of the team nearby. They'll easily take down this tier 2, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them perhaps push their advantage, try to go for a tier 3 here. Or, you know, go over into the mid lane.
Well, they're waiting
Maybe,
on the battle.
try to help Adriano out. He's getting just burnt dead. Oh, the Essence Ring, though, keeps him alive a little bit longer. He's just walking around in circles in that Firefly. King RD coming forward. There's a cookie hop over onto Snake King. Roll comes out with the Snowball. Brax will pay for trying to get that kill, as Snake King also gets taken down.
And just like that, you know, pushing these lanes becomes so much easier. King RD, he uses his Town Portal Scroll to get back, clear this wave with the catapult from his tower, and then he'll go right back again. I think maybe after clearing one more wave.
Oh, no. Fat fingered the BKB.
Oh, no. There goes your push for the next 70 seconds. Costa Bile. You hate to see it.
You do hate to see it. Ryoya, though, showing up here in the bottom lane. It's like they want to make moves on him. Snowball will open up immediately, goes for the skewer forward. They do have the cold snap, and again, they just have so much gank potential. King RD joining in on the fight. He actually gets the kill, and the Snapfire Kisses were thrown out as well, just for that little, extra amount of damage, just in case.
Yeah, it feels pretty bad dying outside your base when you need to be able to defend the tower. The only saving grace right now is the fact that Costa he wasted his BKB. So hesitant.
You don't have a Magnus to have to worry about right now. You can still make some plays, I think.
I don't know. I think you just get grabbed by Brax here. And
Well, it doesn't matter even if you have a BKB and Brax grabs you, right? Goes right through BKB.
Yeah, but you're taking so much damage while you're getting pulled along. You're getting hit by like maybe a freezing field, a frostbite, a crystal nova, Rubik Fade Bolt too. A lot of their damage right now is magical. It's just
KJ. They used the lasso over on KJ instead, though. So Grandma trying to go for the cookie hop, not going to be able to do it. They get tossed right back, and the kill will go over to Brax.
Further slow them down. It really messed up their timing at BKP, right? And B just spins off of that one. Yeah, they're gonna have to wait for the Snapfire before taking this next team fight. In fact, they might even want to wait until they have Aghanim Scepter completed on the Snapfire. You know, being able to gap the distance either with Tusk or with Troll Warlord, put him in the middle of the fight on top of heroes. He needs a bit more catch, though. You know, Envy, he is just able to spin and then walk away from the Troll Warlord right now. If he pops that ultimate, take him out of the fight.
Vessel manages to get the flame break, and comes King RD. The usual suspects are here. And the snowball going forward. It's not even necessary. 4DR gets himself yet another kill, but it looks like they're going to be able to go and get a kill over on the Clefabule, who's left all alone here. He's coming back up in just a moment. Does have that BKB available, but looks like he just wants to run away here. Doesn't have the rest of his team, doesn't feel like fighting currently.
How'd they even get him? You just hold him into place with Frostbite again and again?
I don't know. I was watching the other fight.
I missed that one, unfortunately. They didn't commit RP either, so, you know, they still have that very strong base defense, and it'll be up in another couple of seconds here on Brax. I'm curious. He's had his gold for his Yule Scepter for a little while now, but he's also been holding on to buyback. You know, he has been playing pretty far forward. He's somebody shoving the lanes, making it difficult for them to push. So because he's playing so dangerously, he can't complete it. I think he just goes for it now because it's the silence that's really bringing him down. Silence and the cold snap. If he's able to deal with that, he's got a bit more escape potential. You know, if he has very fast fingers, he can pop the Yules and then blink away from some of these ganks.
And they do manage to find KJ over here on the side, but that's not the person that they want to get. Hoping for maybe King RD, someone a little bit tastier than old Grizzly Grandma. The smoke comes out. Costabile, first one to spot, starts going forward. Throws out the slow. King RD throwing out the trees too. Don't manage to quite grab anyone in that sprout. There it is. Brax jumping forward. Wants the kill on Costabile. He's not even able to go and get that BKB up. They just stun lock. Turns right back around again. He has out his ulti. Goes and just absolutely obliterates Eternal Envy as they go chasing after Snaking. Over on the side, that tornado coming in. Throws everybody up in the air. Snake, one more hit should be able to do the trick. And they'll find it. Moo also going to fall. And they'll turn their attention now over to the mid tower. They've got that alacrity over on Costabile. Already using those Snapfire because they're 3 down, no Envy. No buyback on Envy either, down for 30 seconds. Can easily go to the top lane after this if they wanted and take that tier 2, but it looks like they're going to stick around here in the mid lane. No Aegis still. Already burnt on Costabile earlier. He's going to try to siege the tower a little bit.
I mean, they've got Catapult, but, you know, Fortify just came back up for the Radiant, and, yeah, they get back as heroes start to respawn. You gotta be a little bit careful right now.
Yeah, it looks like they're just gonna go top. Look at this army. Look at all these treants.
Hashtag RD Army. Question mark. Catapult is doing quite a bit to this along with the treants, though. Someone's gonna have to get these off the tower, but I think they're a little bit hesitant. They don't have vision up here in the triangle, and they're worried about, you know, the enemies just jumping Eternal Envy as he goes to clear out the creep wave. Everybody has moved pretty far back, though. I think at this point, you know, you wait for the next Roshan to respawn. They're not boxing the enemies into their base right now, so wait for Roshan to respawn, get those tier 3 neutral items, push your gold advantage. The Aghanim Scepter now done on Snapfire, I believe. It's just being flown out to her. So suddenly you have way more tools in order to take a team fight. They're just finishing up the Basher on Troll Warlord as well. He needs another 200 gold. So they're about to hit a huge power spike here. I'm not sure that Fun is going to be able to fight into this. They're going to need some very sick RPs and lassos in order to win this.
Who are you yeeting into all this is the real question.
It's got to be Tusk, right?
I guess. I mean, he does have, you know, the Blink Dagger is going to be able to move very quickly, but it's still, like, very scary to be thrown into these heroes.
I mean, they could throw in Costabile. He's got the BKB, and they're not able to kill him for a little bit if he uses the Battle Trance, but I feel as if he needs to be a bit more careful with his positioning.
The jump forward immediately coming out from Flea, the lift up, but they go and they use the lasso over into Costabile, and there it is. There's an RP going in hot. It looks so beautiful as they get all of these hits off with that Omni Slash, but Costabile, he's still alive. He manages to go. He gets a kill over onto Envy as Flea's already fallen. They've got their eyes on Snaking. These will fall. Next, King RD held on the backlines. Moo's letting it go, but it's not going to be enough because he just gets melted by that meatball, and now Ryoyo running for his life. He had one hell of an RP, but they just didn't have the damage. They don't have any way of quite grabbing him, though. Sunstrike's going to come in. Brax still standing nearby. Can just throw out the... Oh, he doesn't have the Flame Break. Duels is going to be used, though. Buys a little bit more time as he's going to TP out from the Roche Pit. And it looks like Ryoyo will survive this.
He's going to get out. Unfortunately, Roshan not responding for another minute and 30 seconds. But that was the most beautiful lasso into RP you ever did see. And even then, it wasn't quite enough to be able to bring down the Troll Warlord. And of course, that was the Basher coming out to Troll Warlord just before the fight started that allowed them to win that one. He ended up hitting the Bash on the Juggernaut as he was spinning away from him. Without that, I don't think he would have gotten it there. You know, the Juggernaut moves very fast, and you can't pocket net them when they're magic immune anymore. So he almost, you know, just got dragged out of that team fight, and his team would have been able to clean them up. But, you know, Troll Warlord, thankfully, finishing that bash, into that one bash onto Eternal Enemy before he could get back and heal up and then reinitiate, really cost them there.
Really did. Casual Sunstrike tossed out. They've got some vision over here. KJ need to be a little bit careful. And just go finish off. Scatterblast coming through. Costabile going to be able to back him up. They're chasing after Moo. Moo forced to run. Brax is now used up over into the air as Flea's looking to see if they can get this kill. There's a lot of Snapfire kisses. That's just a dead Brax. No Batrider available and no buyback on him either.
King ID holding the high ground for his team here.
Jungling, and I was like, man, I remember those days. Oh, Ryoya gets spotted out by 4DR. He's forced to BKB TP out, and I don't think they have anything that's going to be able to go and cancel it because Flea's just a little bit too far behind here. Wasn't expecting to find him.
Yep. It's hard to gap that distance. Blink Dagger was on cooldown. Tried to get over there as quickly as possible. But this does put the BKB on cooldown if they would have pushed this out very quickly. Roshan is up, so they might want to turn their eyes to that one instead. You know, taking the Roche, they could do that very fast with the Troll Warlord. Wasting a little bit of time waiting for these bounty runes and now going for the Ancients. This isn't great, you know. Every second you take is another second towards this BKB on Magnus.
All grouped up. Are we going to see a smoke play come out here? Don't have a smoke on Moo, but it's like they're just kind of floating around here in the mid lane. They pick up the Vanguard for the Troll. Oh, there's the full completed Abyssal Blade. Things are going to get a lot harder. Roche is back up. And they're going to make their way over there. They have to be fast. This could be a great RP. Look how fast Roshan's going down. He's just getting chonked. And the way that Flea has positioned himself, he's making sure that he can try to break any sort of smoke. And it's already too late. They finish up the Roche. They're not there in time. Flea using himself almost like he's an illusion here. So the hold up, they realize that's indeed the real Flea. So they use so many ultimates and they still, oh, they follow up with a beautiful RP, but it's just, do they have enough damage? Yes, they'll be able to take down King RD. The buyback comes out though. They want to fight this cookie hop coming out now from KJ. Can they turn around? Eternal Envy is just dead. Didn't get to do hardly anything that fight as the BKB over on Kostabile will wear off. They might be able to knock him back. Sunstrike gets thrown out. Kostabile wants his move, cheekily throwing out that root. King RD's here, though. Gets sucker punched up into the air as is stolen by Snake King. They'll just turn their attention, though, over here to the tower. And they go, they hold up that fortification. They've got the tower flak. King RD needs to be careful. He just died. He can't afford to go back down again. He's still taking tower shots. They go, they eat up that cheese. They'll protect him a little bit longer. 4 stacks of sticky. They'll still just beat down over here on the tower. Kostabile will finally finish it off. There were no creeps there, too, so they went through the back door.
It is just an insane amount of damage on this Troll Warlord. They are going to push it through the top lane here with King RD. Dead for another 30 seconds here on Magnus and Juggernaut, and your fortification is down. This tower is going to melt incredibly quickly to Kostabile. They're going to need to, you know, I guess you could throw out this ranged Walrus Punch and whatnot. You got to be careful of them yeeting somebody into you, though.
Yeah, you do. Treants. They really want these frags. Envy's going to be up in about 7 seconds, though, and the Magnus will be up in 9. Just yeet one of the treants out there, you know, a little bit of cannon fodder. And all they can do is just slow down Kostabile. He does have quite a few stacks of sticky, so his turn rate is absolutely abysmal. Sunstrike comes out, doesn't quite connect over into Snake King. They do have a force staff to keep him alive, but this Alacrity doing a lot. It's like they're gonna try to skewer him right back in again, and they follow up with the Abyssal Blade. Nice Deafening Blast coming out. Is it gonna be enough to keep him alive? The Snowball coming out from Flea. Maybe enough, but the Sucker Punch comes out. They give him the cookie, another Walrus Punch coming back, and eventually they will end up taking down the Aegis. Probably back up again. They have that lasso, though. They'll drag him back, and they're just beating him down to death here. He's gonna have to go. He turns around. He's got his own fervor. He's gonna try to fight them. Cookie Hop going forward, and Envy gonna go down again? No, it doesn't look like it just yet, as Kostabile separated from the rest of the team. Nice Cookie Hop coming out from Snake King as he stole that. Envy going to town over here onto Kostabile. He needs some help. He needs some sort of way to stay alive, and it's not looking great as he finally gets taken down. They've gone just a little bit too far. Flea's gonna fall. King RD is gonna fall. Brax barely sitting on any HP right now. They want this kill on KJ so bad, and they do have the dust. They're gonna just chase him down. Another Cookie Up the drag back, though, and that should be a dead Snapfire. They went too far. Rioy got himself a triple kill. Team Brazil has been team wiped.
That was a beautiful play there by For Fun. And, you know, a little bit of a misplay by Kostabile. I feel like he was trying so hard to hold on to his BKB before he got back up that he paid for it super hard. He was sitting at low HP for so long. I think, you know, if the enemies are so close to killing you, you just pop that battle trance to try to clear everybody out. But because he was waiting until he got it back up, you know, he got lassoed immediately and just kited around that team fight again and again. No, and another reason that team fight took so long towards the tail end of it, the Magnus had RP available. So they end up wiping the team of Brazil here. And a fortification is available to probably hold it until the enemies go for this tier 3 here. But they're going to get so much out of this one on For Fun. And, you know, Abyssal Blade is going to be complete for Eternal Envy pretty quickly here. Lasso just about up as well. A single misplay can cost you everything here.
Well, you've got the Snapfire back up, and you've got the Tusk, and Boker's going to be up shortly, too. So they might be able to go and get this tower. And they use the fortification. Go for a little bit of a smoke play here, too. But I think with the Invoker being up, being able to throw out those tornadoes, clearing out the creep waves, they're not going to be able to take this tower now.
Yep. Well, yeah, play smart and get back. Team Brazil, they know better than to walk forward, but we're starting to
Oh, they found themselves a Rubik. Cookie Hop again, landing over onto Snake and good force staff away, coming out here from the Crystal Maiden. Sunstrike. Oh, they cancel it out though. Moot, you're not going to be able to teleport out this time. Not today. Down she goes. Snapfire Kiss is getting tossed out. They really want to get this kill on Snaking, and they have the Orchid, they have the Wrath of Nature. They clean up.
Both of them trying to get each other out, but those were some clean plays by Flea, stopping them in their track. You know, just about got out with the cooking under the low ground with Snaking, but unfortunately they dropped the artillery on you and you're going down. Now with 2 of these heroes dead, I think they... Oh no, you bought out on Crystal Maiden. Just the buyback available on the Rubik. RP's back up again, though. You got to be scared after that last time. You know, you're not going to go back in. You need more status resistance. He's going right now for the Satanic as well. That'll make things a little bit easier for them. But we're starting to run into the issue where it's just the Troll Warlord doing the damage, and they're doing an amazing job of kiting him around these fights, aren't they?
They really are. And now you've got the Abyssal Blade completed now for Eternal Envy. They have more lockdown available. This is going to be... definitely a little bit harder for them this time around. They've got to get some sort of a pick-off, I think, on Team Brazil. Or they have to get the Aegis, but the Aegis isn't going to be up again for quite a while, so... Their best bet is to try to see if someone's straggling behind, but they're playing tight over here. Playing together. Go, try to de-ward over here in their own triangle. See what they can find. Not much.
Ghost of Belay still working towards that Satanic. I think once he grabs that, it's going to become way more difficult. You know, hold him in place with these lassos, with the RPs. You know, the Crystal Mean is a massive issue as well. She has a little bit of cast range, and she's just able to spam Frostbite on you, and you can't take her down at the start. It is a huge problem on Troll Warlord, you know. It feels pretty awful when the CM gets to stay alive, and just every 6 seconds she can use a 3-second disable on you. Satanic will help a lot with that. You know, I think he's going to be able to cut it in half between the Titan Sliver, the Satanic, and the Sanjin Yasha. Your stats resistance goes to about, like, I think, high 40s, low 50%. Just do the diminishing stacking. You get, yeah, you get 29% between the Titan Sliver and the Sanjin Yasha.
Okay.
Another 500 gold before they're going to be ready to push. They might wait for the next Roshan as well. You know, that Aegis.
I think you wait, right?
Yeah.
You wait. Right now, you're picking up your tier 4 items too. You just hit the 37-minute mark. So just, you know, chill, farm up a little bit. Roche will be up may respawn rather in about like a minute or so. Leveler. Oof, that's such a good item. Constabulate keeping that in his back tack for now so he can switch over to it if he needs to go and hit some buildings. What did they end up finding, actually, in both teams? We've got the Ninja Gear, which is super good for the Magnus. It's actually so nice being able to help him hide. You've got the Flicker. There's still 2 tier 4 items that need to be found over on the side of For Fun. Team Brazil has all of them now. They've got the Spell Prism on the Invoker. They've got the Witless Shakeout over on Nature's Prophet. And Tusk is holding onto the Flicker. It's good items.
Yep. I mean, yeah, it makes sense to hold Ninja Gear onto the main, so that way you don't know where he is and where the RP is going to come in from, you know, regardless of the kind of vision that you have. This is what we were talking to Husky about in the post-game interview the other day. You know, just being able to hold on to the... he was playing the Omni Knight, and he was sitting in the back line. He said this is exactly what Nigma was doing. Where they put it on the support, they don't know how to initiate onto the hero that they need to go on in the back line. You know, of course, same logic applies here, except for your mid laner.
Smoke play coming out. Brax getting in position. Say smoke play, I mean that the Magnus has used the Ninja Gear. My bad, guys. And Roche is up. Ooh, this could actually be huge for the side of For Fun if they know that they're in that pit. Because they have no way of knowing that the Magnus has that Ninja Gear. I don't think they've seen it yet. Oh my god, this Roshan just melts though. Never mind, whatever. Agnum's Blessing dropped on the ground. We can see a Walrus kick.
Flea?
We're gonna see a, what do we see?
Yeah, take it, Flea. Yeah!
Give him the kick.
That's my greedy pause for. Let's see it. Kick him out of the fight. This could actually be so big if he can follow where the Magnus is and kick him away so he can't get a good RP off.
I thought you were gonna say this is gonna be so bad if he accidentally... Double-edged sword.
If he accidentally what?
He accidentally kicks the person that they need to kill, like Envy out.
I mean, it goes through Match Community. You see Envy approaching a team fight, you can just blink on top of him and give him the yeet.
Give him the yeet.
Yeah, it's 1400 range, slows him by 40% for 4 seconds. Well,
Oh!
into his
Fish
team.
punch into a kick. They need something. They have it. They have the Abyssal Blade. Eternal Envy has been deleted. Does have buyback.
Oh, you love to see it. That's why you give it to Flea. You know, the pause for kick back into his team.
Oh, Moo. Kick back right over here to Snapfire. Moo's just like, where the hell am I?
Francis Lee playing soccer with the players on 4 Fun. Let's go.
Want to see that Tusk taunt, please, sir?
Yeah.
I love that taunt. Repair kit is available, though, so they'll be able to buy a little bit more time. But look at Costabile. It just chunks away. It's almost like there's no repair kit at all. Holy cow. NB buying back, realizes he's got to be here. Costabile getting pushed back. He's going to get Abyssal. Flea jumping in, though, over on the side. He takes a decent amount of damage. Does have the cheese if necessary. They'll turn the attention over onto Brax, and there's a big ol' Omni Snatch coming through, so it does manage to get taken down. But they're just so tanky. King RD with the BKB. They go right back in again. He's just life-stealing right back up again. Eternal Envy's getting bashed to death as he doesn't have a BKB. This is a dead Envy if these other Snapfire Kisses land. Looks like he's going to be able to spin away, though. Already used the Abyssal. They've already used the Satanic. Costabile still has the Aegis online, though. Ryoya tossing them back. They just keep pushing back and forth over here to Costabile. They're finally able to go. They get that Aegis. And he's coming right back up again. Envy has the Abyssal ready. Cookie Hop coming forward again from KJ. Gonna try to keep him alive. They keep kicking, knocking everyone back and forth. Envy, is he gonna be able to stay alive? Just barely, again. Just playing around here, skirting with death. Flirting with death, rather. They'll take that Rax. There's a push back again on Costabile. Got the snowball over here. They'll turn their attention over onto Brax. Flea maybe going a little bit too far. Gets Swift Slash, but the drag back here with the lasso over on Costabile. This is not looking like he's going to survive this, but the Cookie Hop coming out. He needs a little bit more help. He needs a lifesteal off of anything, and he doesn't have it. As now the rest of the team looks like they'll be able to go. They take down KJ, and now they have their eyes on the Invoker. That's a dead 4DR. So the only person alive at the end of the day on the side of Team Brazil is King RD, as for fun end up losing their tower and racks in the top lane, but they're just running right down on mid, and they're going to try to force some buybacks.
They know that the buyback is on cooldown of Flea right now. Invoker, he has it available. Troll has it available. Snapfire has it available as well. So you got to be careful with how far forward you push here. You did buy back in 3 heroes in that last team fight. Envy, Crystal Maiden, Juggernaut. Sorry, Envy is the Juggernaut. Brax and the Bat Rider there had also bought back.
Fortification comes out. Fortify their own creeps as well. Buyback coming out now from the Snapfire. She has the Snapfire Kisses. So she could opt. Oh, King RD falls to Brax. They're going for the finish right now. They need to buy back. Yeah, the Invoker buying back. Costabile and King RD both have buyback. They need to do something. They need to get them off of these buildings. There's going to be the Tornado. 2 more buybacks coming out now. They want to punish them for this. Costabile jumping forward. Wants to get the kill off onto Ryoya. He's got his BKB. He's got the RP. There's the Swift Slash coming out now. Eternal Envy trying to man fight over here. Doesn't have that BKB. Does have the Omni Slash though. They're going to go for the Delta Hug. Trying to just evenly distribute this damage. And Envy now needs some help. They do have that Glimmer Cape. They'll yeet off over here with that Invoker. Throwing out the Deafening Blast. Throwing out the Meatball too. Then Envy thinking about going back in, but he's slowed. He's silenced up. He's not going to be able to go in. And they get another bash off from here. Costabile, this is not looking good. Envy now forced to spin away. Can they grab anyone else? I don't think they have the capability of getting there fast enough. Moo just TPs on out. King RD was trying to go for the teleport in. Not going to be able to do it. Rubik also teleporting. Envy still running for his life, but I don't think they're going to be able to catch him. Brax is here to provide any sort of backup.
Are they really going to get out of this? Oh no, he went for the creeps.
Envy, no! King RD is here. He'll go, he'll use the Abyssal.
Envy, he's so good! And that was King RD's fault, but Envy, he ends up jumping over the ice shards with the Abyssal onto King RD. They could have won the game right there if that block got off. Envy with the Abyssal jumps. What a gamer, this guy. My god. I mean, he could have flickered out of that one too, but that was such a huge play there. And they managed to push through the tier 4s. What was it, 3 or 4 buybacks from Team Brazil there? They ended up getting no kills on their way out there. This game is dead even right now. This could go to anybody. This next team fight is going to decide absolutely everything. The heroes are going to be down for 120 seconds. and neither of these
Got the
guys
edge
have
here, though. They've got double damage over on Costabile. Jumps forward. He wants to take down Snake King. And they'll be able to find it with that Cataclysm move, getting held up over here into the trees. Costabile making his way bottom. Does not have that double damage anymore, but he's got the Alacrity. And V giving him a couple hits here. Flea jumping forward again. Doesn't quite manage to go and finish off or get that stun going. They want to finish this. Costabile feeling very powerful. Still has the BKB, still has the Satanic Envy. He's already used the Abyssal Blade. Needs to be careful he doesn't get bashed up. There's going to be the push forward, though, coming out from Ryoya. And he's got the BKB, but they've got the lasso. They're going to drag him all the way back into the fountain. His Fleet goes on in. They use the RP. Fleet will go down. No buyback. He's down for 80-something seconds, but they managed to go and take Mega Creeps. And they yeet out. It looks like KJ is going to get left behind. Does have the Glimmer Cape, but they do have the detection. So managing to throw Costabile out here, get him to safety, and the Invoker as well.
You know, I once had somebody tell me, you know, you don't go for Mega Creeps against Eternal Envy. If you're able to end the game, you just end it. The more reactions you take from this guy, the more powerful he becomes, you know? This guy hasn't even started to play Dota yet, and he's got a Vagnus on your team. You have to be incredibly worried on Team Brazil. Regardless of you getting Megas right there, you know, they yeeted the Costabile out. They knew it still wasn't safe. This game still is extremely winnable on For Fun. I'd be very careful right now. They just about killed Costabile too. The biggest issue was they didn't hard commit onto the racks very fast, and they gave them enough time for both the RP and the Omni Slash to come out. They just about lost the game right there. I think if Brax was a little bit faster with that Flaming Lasso after the BKB came onto
Envy.
the Troll Warlord, they would have won.
He wants to finish this. MKB finished now for the Troll. We'll push Envy back. They'll decide, let's be a little bit safer, Envy. Let's go for the racks here.
Also zoning the enemies at the same time there. Another 28 seconds. They have problems closing the gap right now. And Snake King, he needs to sit back and get the creeps off of the tier 4s. They don't want these to take too much damage. You know, all of a sudden your Ancient can go 100 to 0 if your fortification down and you're up against a Troll Warlord.
And they have to be careful. King RD, he's got a Nullifier, an Orchid, and no cooldown on his teleportation. If he wanted to, he could go and jump on Snake King here.
Good. But right now, I think... Ooh. Cataclysm for the Scout. I am so nervous for both these
I'm
teams.
so
right now.
nervous! Oh my god!
And he's got another 45 seconds to his buyback, and I think he's saving up the gold this time around. Oh no, he just goes straight for the Talisman of Evasion. Okay.
Oh no, Envy! Oh, Flea almost found him!
All right. Everybody gets back. You know, I gotta respect the Envy play. You know, not saving up for the buyback, even though it's off of cooldown here. Instead, just getting something that's going to allow you to survive that man fight there with the Troll. I don't think he saw that the Troll just completed his MKB, though. I don't think it was available in the last fight.
I don't think he saw that either.
Yeah, that's gonna feel really bad
It
having
wasn't
that
the last
butterfly in
fight,
just a
I
second.
think. It got delivered to him, though, during the fight, so perhaps they didn't see it.
Yeah, they see it now, though. They're probably looking at him and like, oh god, I just spent all that money on the Talisman of Evasion.
Envy, the Walrus Punch, immediately stunning him up with the Abyssal. Got the Nullifier as well. Can they finish him off fast enough? That was the question. No, he manages to go get the Omni Slash off over onto the backline. Eternal Envy. No, that's the Omni Slash. I thought it was the Swift Slash. The follow up with the RP coming up from Rio. It's beautiful. Are they going to be able to do enough damage though? They go and they drag back over onto KJ. Flea's already down. Ryoya's got to do a little bit more damage over here to take down Eternal Envy, and they just can't seem to quite grab him. He's got the Swift Slash. He'll turn right back around over here onto the Invoker. Meatball comes out, but the Flicker buys him a little bit more time as he moves over onto the side. They'll be able to take down the Invoker. Snake King, is he going to be able to stay alive? He cliffs Costabile as he's forced to just TP out.
Eternal Envy, he's rolling the dice every time he pops his Flicker, but it's working out for him. He's doing it.
Oh my god.
Getting away with murder that he played so close to the edge. That is unimaginable. My god. There's so many times right there where he would have lost the game. I think, you know, if he didn't have this Talisman of Evasion, he would have gone down there. Probably got a couple of dodges off that didn't let him stay alive. He ran the numbers. Eternal Envy, he is a genius. His team the trust he's putting in them to give him these 4 staffs to get him out of the fight. Just 4 staff after 4 staff, allowing him to disengage after he goes back in.
The Roche is up. Envy's going into the pit. He wants this immortality, and he wants it now. And look at this. They're just... Oh my god, this game is... Woo!
Yeah.
I'm stressed. I'm not even playing this game, and I'm so stressed.
Yeah, the question is who you give this Aegis to. Is it the Magnus? Get that low cooldown on the... Okay, it's the Crystal Maiden. I don't mind this one either, you know? If you get a BK... Whoa, hold on. Do you have...
The axe gets given over to Ryoya.
Moo is going for an Ethereal Blade on the Crystal Maiden.
What a god gamer this Moo is. It's also some really interesting items throughout here. They went for the Veil of Discord, Vladimir's Offering. Generally, you know, not usually picking up a Vladimir's Offering on the Crystal Maiden because she's usually one of the first people to go down in a fight, but extra armor's been pretty nice.
Roya is going for, Divine Rapier, actually. That's what he's got queued up. Yep.
Okay.
Desperate times calls for desperate measures. He's got the Divine Rapier. He's got a Refresher Shard. He'll probably get rid of the Echo Saber. He's going to need a little bit more attack speed, though. He's going for DR. See what he grabs after that one. Oh. He's got to hold on to buyback, though.
Yes, absolutely.
It's interesting, though. You know, he needs to be the one at the front of these fights, initiating, making space for his team, or setting up like a good Omni Slash for Eternal Envy. So it doesn't make that much sense for him to hold on to a Divine Rapier. Like, you are going to be the one on your team dying. But I think they're getting ready for one last push with this Aegis. Like, this is where they want to close it out before Tier 5 neutral items come out. They need to find a way to end this. What's Envy got? Did he pick up something on his courier? Am I insane?
I don't think so.
There's less money than you should have right now. And we just finished his Butterfly. I wasn't paying close enough attention to Envy. Looked away from that onto the Divine Rapier.
You can't look away from Envy now. You never know what's going to happen.
A rookie mistake.
You need an observer focused on him at all times. Sitting at level 27. So they're starting to hit critical mass on these big boys. You have to watch out, though. You have a little bit of a creep army making his way into the base, and Brax is constantly going to have to go back and deal with this. One of the few heroes on the team that can do it.
Yeah. Brax has been getting some super sick lassos off this game. You know, his timing is perfect. He's been dragging the Troll Warlord. He almost won the game for his team earlier, and Troll popped that BKB when they were in their base getting mega creeps. He pulled them back. He hesitated for half a moment. I think he saw that he was very close to the RP on Magnus, but didn't quite have it up. If they got that play off perfectly, they might have been able to win, but that was a rough one. And the save is always available there, you know, by Tusk, by Snapfire. In fact, they might have saved him there. I think I blinked and I missed exactly what happened. Long short is Brax, amazing gamer. He has set up some amazing lassos this game. He's very happy to have this Spell Prism.
I have to say, though, King RD doing a great job of split pushing, making sure that there's always creeps being forced into the space, so it's very difficult for them to take a full-on 5v5 fight.
Yep. That is true. You're in a good position to take a fight that's non-5v5 with the Refresher Shard available on the Magnus stuff. Have slowed down a little bit. Both teams are terrified of each other. It's like I was telling you, Moxxi, Envy he only gets more powerful if you leave him wounded.
The more racks you destroy, the stronger he becomes. Yeah. It's like a boss fight, you know?
This is the Eternal Envy second phase. You guys don't want to see the third phase.
They're looking. They're on the hunt here. Man, this Ninja Gear has been so good for Ryoya. Double damage for Envy. Oh my word.
This is it. This is what they go for. It's gotta be this.
Look at the damage on this guy.
He's talking to Roya. He's sitting right beside Roya as he's smoked up beside him here. He gets back so he can pop that again, you know, just about to reveal himself. Doesn't get back using his blink tag. You know, he's playing very disciplined Dota. He knows if the enemies jump on Eternal Envy, if he blinks back right then they lose the game.
God, this is like rapier levels of damage. This is stupid.
Yeah. All right.
Blink Dagger picked up now for DR. How do they... I mean, the answer is they get some sort of a pick off, right? That's how something happens next, but I feel like they're playing very close together. Unless, like, King RD decides to do something cheeky, perhaps? They left Moo here to try to deal with these creeps. He is not equipped to do that.
Why are they pinging this out so hard? Do they think somebody's up here?
They want runes, maybe? See if anybody's, in the triangle waiting to pick them up.
They're pinging very aggressively right now. I don't know what that's all about.
Oh
KJ
my god,
is
Crystal
actually-
Maiden has boots of travel too. She's also so powerful.
They had the ethereal blade queued up earlier, but opted not to go for it. I think Moo
She
was
can
gonna
go
like
back for it later.
scale into like a core hero because we're like 60 minutes of the game, so they passed into the Aghanim's Blessing for a moment, but they end up giving it to Roya. He's able to move around the map incredibly fast just by skewering instead of walking. So eventually he can forsake his shoes, these boots of speed, the power traits he will no longer need in a moment.
Alright.
Travel with
Man.
the skewers instead.
Oh my god. Alright, Eternal Envy. Constabulate gets bounced back. They spot him out. They know he's there. Brax was trying to go over there. The jump forward immediately over onto Envy. Go, knock back. And again, the lasso coming out from Brax as he goes. He puts him up on the cliff. Oh no!
They got a Force Staff into they have one?
They have a cookie. They've got cookie.
They got Cookie and Force Staff on Sapphire. Oh.
Oh my god. Everybody has buyback except for the Rubik at this point.
He's getting closer to it. Needs another.
He's getting very
turn before
close,
goal.
yeah. We still have to deal with all these creeps in the base.
Divine Rapier finished yet? Surplus of 1,300 gold. He's still got a little while to go right now. He's gonna need. God, buyback cost is so expensive for Magnus. That Aghanim's Blessing did increase your net worth by quite a bit, though. There's the downside of that one. Here they go.
Envy. The tension is palpable right now. It is so stressful.
They see him, but they're afraid of him.
I'm afraid of it. No buyback
almost-
on the Tusk, though. Looks like Flea. What did he buy out?
Let's go flying towards him. Wards? That's what he bought out?
I don't think so. Did he have that Lotus completed earlier?
No, he did not.
That's gotta be it then.
Yeah. If he can Lotus the Troll Warlord or whoever
Yeah.
the Jug's about to Omni Slash, then they win the team fight.
Oh, Ryoya! Went forward immediately. Oh, the snowball now.
It'll also, lasso Brax back. He's doing a lot of work, just being able to pull Costa Bile where he wants to go.
Andy? Oh my god. Alright. Lotus Orb coming out over here onto Costa. Oh, and the Nullifier flees here, gets the kick off. Can they finish off Envy? He's still alive. They need to put a little bit more damage on him. He's just spinning away so fast as they get the drag back over here onto Constabulate. But Envy, he can't be a part of this. King RD looking for this opening, does manage to go. And they end up going and hitting him with that Abyssal Blade. They'll end up losing Brax as these long-range kisses come back. They manage to finally slay Envy. He does have buyback. The buyback coming out now for Brax. They managed to go and they kick Ryoya. I think they did not mean to do that, but they'll go right back around again. Snake King is going to be the next one to fall, although they figure that he's already dead and they have to turn back around again. Gem gets dropped, though, by Snake King, and a lot of those buybacks have now been expended. They will have buyback on the Rubik very shortly, though, about 15 gold off.
They'll be able to get him back up. The question is, do you really need to go back in right now, or can you use this opportunity to take an extra Roshan? As soon as they fight onto the high ground, the Magnus is going to be able to RP them again. He popped that Refresher Shard. No, he didn't pop the Refresher Shard. I'm crazy. But he has that one available still. So I think they just hold the triangle here, wait for the enemies to come to them, and take the next Roshan to get the Aegis, the Cheese, the Refresher Shard, and the Aghanim's Blessing.
Who's getting the next Ags is the question.
That is a good question.
We've already got one on Flea. We've got one on KJ. Invoker bought his own. So there's only really King RD or Constabulate.
I mean, it's not great on Constabulate. It becomes a target ability. That means it's a little bit slower when it comes out. and you're
Most
never going to
likely.
want to use it on anyone other than yourself. It does decrease the cooldown by a lot, and sometimes you are
King
in
RD?
the wrong place.
Oh, Brax and the boots of travel too. King RD. Guess he just got a little bit too far. They do manage to go. They use the abyssal. Yeah, again. And they'll even go use the Crystal Maiden ultimate just for good measure. So they get the kill on King RD. He does have buyback, and there's a big old wave of creeps going into their base here.
Yeah.
You buy enough time though? Is Roche? Roche is going to be up in 13 seconds.
I mean, 120 seconds is a very long time to be dead. Roche is going to be up by then. I
Oh
think
my
you are
god.
going to be forced to buy
Ex
back.
Machina, Fallen Sky, Neph, it's happening.
Oh god, Fallen Sky for Envy?
Fallen Sky for Envy.
I will say this Flicker has been doing some serious work. There's a couple times where he's pressed it and he's just gone backwards instead of like forwards or to the side, like getting the exact positioning they need on him. The question is, does he hold on to it? Does he keep rolling the dice in these team fights, or does he pick up the Fallen Sky?
He's holding on to the Flicker right now. Looks like he doesn't want the Fallen Sky. Roche, though, finished up. Magnus is going to be holding on to the Fallen Sky. That's still really good on Magnus. And the Ex Machina, though, too. Oof. What other, do we have other tier 5 items? Did they find any, or did they go right into the Roche bit here on the side of Brazil? They've only found the Trident recipe. Currently.
Roya gets rid of his Blink Dagger in favor of the Fallen Sky, in fact. Which can actually be not great, because there's the fall time. You're slightly delaying your RP. So I hope that doesn't end up costing you in the game. That is the one thing that makes Blink Dagger a little bit better. There's the you disappear for 0.5 seconds before it falls down. It does stun them for 2 seconds, though, so you get a way bigger disable time. But
Oh, Apex and a pirate hat found by Envy, too.
which does he take? All right, he grabs the Apex. The Pirate Hat is also insanely good. Juggernaut having such a low base attack time. He now gets an attack off. Right, he's already at max. I'm not sure he needs... No, he's not quite at max. I think max is 700 now. Yeah. He's not quite at max. He attacks almost 4 times a second now on Eternal Envy.
Oh my god. Okay,
This is
so
the most anime build. My secret move allows me to slash 4 times in a single second.
while you were playing Dota, I was studying the sword. Oh my word. Is that, did he just buy it? No. Okay.
He bought a BKB on Envy.
Alright. Oh man, look at these items. Stygian Desolator, Force Boots. Jump forward here from Flea. Doesn't quite manage to set it up correctly. Yup. Yup.
Okay. A dance with that play. I think the nerves are getting to him. Or Eternal Envy, you know, he was
Oh,
there
the jump
one
forward though,
moment,
they're gonna initiate
suddenly
over
he's
here
not
onto
visible.
Constabulate, but he immediately turns right back around again. That Fallen Sky going forward, pushing back here with Ryoi. He separates Constabulate from everyone else, but these long range Snapfire kisses. Snake King immediately gets taken down. He's gonna 5 back. Have the World's Punch Envy. He needs help. He's gonna go. He tries to go get the Omni Slash off. He's just tanking a lot here, but are they gonna be able to get the kill? King RD sitting low as well as Constabulate goes. He pops his own BKB. They want to get this kill on Envy. Are they gonna be able to do it in time? They have the Lotus Orb, and he's just gonna lifesteal right back up again. Ryoya, he got a really nice RP up, but they just have too much damage. Ryoya's gonna go fall down. He does have a buyback. King RD, no, Brack's gonna be able to go eat up the cheese. It's absolutely all right. King RD actually now not looking too healthy. He's gonna have to go use the Yules over on the backline. Constabulate, he'll be able to get him once. King RD also falls. A lot of buybacks expended here. They're gonna need a little bit of help here to keep Constabulate alive. Envy, though, sheeped up. They're gonna get the lift off over onto Constabulate to get their own meatball drawn right back in again. The Force Staff, though, comes out, buys him a little bit more time. They don't have anything to kind of push him forward. Brax looking for this opening. Eternal Envy, he's so far forward. Where's the rest of his team? He's gotta be so careful. They go, they use the Ethereal Blade, they take down Envy. He's down for 120 something seconds, but Ryoya, he's doing so much work, but Constabulat's just bashing the hell out of Ryoya as I push back over here onto Flea. And ADR trying to do the best. They're gonna be buying back again on King RD. Their buildings are gone. Can they finish up? Are they going to be able to? Yeah, they just finished up the game. They said that's enough, but the fortification comes out. Buys them a little bit more time. Can they make a miracle happen? They'll push back on King RD. It's too late. They already called the GG.
And the throne drops. My god, that was a hell of a game. You just can't count Envy out at any point. Constabulate just too hard to bring down in these fights, though. Eternal Envy pushing the absolute limits of what he could do there. my God, every time he went forward, it looked like he would die. But that is just such trust in his teammates to be able to use those force taps and get him back into it. In the end, though, the ultra late game, the troll just too much damage, too much power on him. He's able to bring down your entire team. I think like the last things they needed was just the Lotus Orbs on some of these heroes on Team Brazil to be able to stop the aggression from Bat Rider, from Eternal Envy targeting who he wants with the Omni Slash. And yeah, look at this. The hero damage dealt this game goes to be like 61,000. He was definitely the driving force behind the team, but a couple times they almost did it on For Fun. They almost brought it back down from Mega Creeps. It was such a close game.
I am just flabbergasted after watching all of that and seeing everything happen throughout that match. The staying power of Team Brazil during all of that. We actually got all the way up to getting the tier 5 items, and For Fun put up one hell of a fight, but I don't know, Neph. I'm still trying to process this whole thing.
Well, I think a huge part of it was the fact that you ended up getting the Trident on Costa Bile. It's the best item in the game. He gives you 30% status resistance. He had that, so it freed up an inventory slot that he could have used. God, he already had the Sanjin Yasha completed before he got that Trident, so it's very easy to complete it. And so he has ages. He's like 10 slotted, it feels like, on that hero. My God.
My God, what a game. What a game. All right. Well, it's a best of 2 series, guys. We do have one more game coming up, and you never know what kind of a match you're gonna get when you have a team like For Fun playing up against Team Brazil. But Team Brazil taking the first game in a very long war of attrition. So we are gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna get a moment and get a glass of water because that was one heck of a game to narrate. And when we come back, we will have game number 2.